Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be taking a look at r/AmIOverreacting. So if you want to judge whether we got some big old drama queens here with us today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. First post, am I overreacting? My boyfriend texting his former student. Already that's a bit of an iffy title, innit? My boyfriend, 43M, is a high school teacher and has stayed in touch with his former student, 19F. In what world does a high school teacher have a high school student's phone number? Here, that would be something that they would get in trouble for. In the UK, that is a big old no-no. I mean, it should be if it's not already. One of my kids is in high school, and I know at their school, if a teacher was texting their personal phone number, they would be in incredibly hot water, and as they should be. I feel like that is a big overstep, overstepping a boundary. Anyway. Am I overreacting, or are the conversations like this between them, him equals the blue, her white, a bit too emotionally charged to be just a mentor-mentee relationship? Well, let's be the judge of that then, shall we? So he says, I am so sorry I didn't get you the link, but it was so nice to see your face, hear your voice, and share some positivity with you. I've missed you. Okay. And then she says, it's totally okay. I am so sorry. I feel like I was really unprepared at the meeting and weird all night. I just kind of did the wrong things and said the wrong things. Anyways, I'm sorry. It was so amazing to talk to you. Anytime you get a chance, I'm always really excited to hear how things are going and to trauma dump all of my very academic struggles. It was good to hear your voice. I've really missed you too. This is all a bit too familiar with each other, isn't it? Really is. Don't like that. And then he replies saying, not at all. You did a great job at the meeting. I just read your body language and was sensitive to the fact that you were a little uncomfortable. Smiley face. You're human. You can always call me. I'll make time for you. I love hearing the stories. Makes my life seem even better. And then a winky face. I don't know. I mean, anyone could say, oh, well, that sounds innocent enough. They're just like a teacher and a student that had a good teacher-student relationship, and he's helping her with some of her academic stuff now she's no longer in high school. It feels too much of crossing a boundary into over-familiarity to me. If a teacher was texting my eldest kid in this way, who is in high school, even if they'd left high school and it was a high school teacher, I would be really uncomfortable with just the way it's worded. I think it feels a little too touchy-feely, perhaps that's the way I'm trying to word it. I'm not sure. I can't put my finger on exactly why this is making me uncomfortable, but it is. And I would not be comfortable to someone talking to my kid like this, is what I'm trying to say. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I might be being a bit dramatic because I am very much... I hate the term because I feel like it's proper cringy, but it's the only way I can use to describe it. I'm very much like mother bear type. I'm very overprotective of my kids. I don't know if I'm reading this and it's just that overprotectiveness in me that is getting so skeeved out by it. I would love to hear your opinions on this one. So down in the comments, RC Bozox 12, got that in one, didn't I? I'm a male teacher, one who has kept up with former students who are also now in college and just graduated. Never, ever, ever would I say any of that. It's super creepy and inappropriate. The smiley and winky faces, exactly. I think those are the bit that were annoying me the most because those are like really kind of creepy, especially the winky face. The I've missed you and you made my life better. Gross. To be fair to the teacher, I don't think that's what they're saying. It said hearing yours, something like, oh, let's go back, rather than me trying to remember it off the top of my head. I love hearing the stories, makes my life seem even better. So that kind of actually is them being like, yeah, your shit life makes me feel better because my life ain't that bad. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think that's what they meant, to be fair to them. But still, it all seems way too touchy-feely emotionally for a 43-year-old and a 19-year-old who have a student-teacher relationship. This isn't even considering the fact that he's married. That's just an added level of grossness. Wait, just reread that it's your boyfriend and you aren't married. I wouldn't even try to fix anything. Get out now. I just think if it were me, and I can only say from my perspective, if I found that on my boyfriend's phone, I'm 34. So if I had a fella, he'd be anywhere from my age to like 44, perhaps. That's stretching it, because to be honest, I kind of just like to date around my own age because I find that you have the most in common then. So, and if I had a boyfriend and he had students who had left school, but he was their high school teacher and I found out he'd been talking to them like that, I think I'd be far too grossed out by it. I'd be like, this is not okay. And I would definitely be reevaluating whether I wanted to be in that relationship. And then Entire Broccoli 9019 says, OP was 18 when her boyfriend, 33 years old, started dating her. No way. Wait. Go back. Where does OP say how old they are? They don't. Okay, it must have been in the comments somewhere because I completely missed that. Now the guy is going after a 19-year-old. Not surprising he's going after another teenager. This text is gross. Yeah, that context makes it even worse. Because obviously he's got a little bit of a thing for, the ones that he really shouldn't be going for. The ones where it is barely bloody legal. That's disgusting. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, throw him in the bin. Next post, am I overreacting? He, M20, took me, F18, to a Jehovah's Witness meeting without telling me. I would be fuming. Absolutely fuming. I respect anybody's right to practice whatever religion they want to. When you start trying to indoctrinate people by, taking them against their will, essentially, because that's what this is. They did not know that that's what that was and did not consent to go into a religious meeting. That's where the problems start. Yeah. And you know what? These type of people that do that try and force people into a religion that is not their own, are the same type of people who will be homophobic and say, well, they're shoving it down my throat while gay people are just existing. And then they do stuff like this. It's like, wow, the hypocrisy. Edit. After reading everyone's comments, I will be updating after I speak to him. We have been dating for 2 months. He's really sweet and spoils me. However, I'm still irked and something feels off and I just can't let it go. Yesterday we hung out and when I brought it up again, he shut it down. He somehow makes me think it's nothing and changes the subject. I don't even notice it. I don't want to keep nagging him, but I'm still not satisfied. My friends say I overthink and ruin good things, but I can't let it go. I'm still upset that it happened, but I don't know if I'm overdoing it. I promise you I'm not discriminating against his religion. It's just weird. The whole thing is, am I overreacting? I'm not confrontational, I just need advice. Also, throwaway. I have many thoughts already, but I'm going to save them until we've read the actual text, because we'll be here a while otherwise. So, boyfriend is in grey, OP is in blue. Hey, you've been quiet all day. You haven't returned any of my calls. Is everything okay? Sorry, I'm fine. I just needed a little time to think about last night. The meeting part? I thought you enjoyed it, babe. Yeah, it was okay, I guess. I thought this surprise would maybe be something more casual, like a dinner or a film. Not this, to be honest. It was a surprise, though. A good one. It's only a good one to you, mate, because you're in that religion. Just remember that. Not everyone wants to be in your religion, my love. I wanted to show you something really personal, something that's important to me. I thought this is part of getting to know each other thing. I get that, and I guess that makes sense, but I didn't even know you were Jehovah's, and you didn't even tell me until you took me there. I felt like you should have told me, I thought you were Christian. I am, just a branch of it. I didn't mean to hide it. It just never came up naturally. I thought we would be better if you saw it for yourself instead of believing what people say about it. Yeah, but you've got to give them the option to just decide if they want to do that first, mate. You can't just chuck it on them. I don't know. I just feel caught off guard and I didn't know anyone. That would probably be the worst part out of all of it for me, is being chucked in a room with so many people who literally know each other really well because they're all part of the same religion and probably meet every week. And then I'm just there in a room full of strangers like, I don't like this. I feel unsafe. Oh, wow. Here the gaslighting really starts. Yes, but you were amazing, honestly. Everyone noticed how warm and kind you are, and they loved meeting you. Really? Don't fall for it. Girly girl, don't fall for it. I'm not joking you, babe. They were all fond of you. Thanks, I appreciate it. It's just, I just felt a little out of place, you know? That's because it's a new experience for you, and that's okay. Maybe I was a little uncomfortable too. What? You weren't uncomfortable, really? You just didn't know, and now you do. And the night went great, wouldn't you agree? Who are you to tell someone if they are or are not uncomfortable? I need to slide away from the mic a little bit here, because otherwise anyone wearing headphones is going to have their eardrums blown off. I do apologise. I'm so bunged up as well, again. I don't know if you can tell by my voice has just been really weird in the last, oh God, 10 videos now. But I feel like I've had a constant head cold for weeks now, and my ears are now blocked. So I actually cannot quite tell how loud I'm being. I'm sorry. And even when I edit it, I'm probably not going to be able to tell then either. I do apologise. I'll try and take context clues from the little sound wave thingy. If it goes red when I get too loud, and I know to turn that bit down a wee bit, if I remember. I usually don't, though. Anyway, back to the text. God, I got distracted. I guess so. You could have left any time, but you didn't. And that's because you were open to understanding something new. And that says a lot about you, babe. Cult indoctrination tactics. Who said that? I didn't see it that way, so thank you. I'm proud of you for giving it a chance. Don't overthink it, please. Thank you, and I won't. Yikes, that's a whole lot of yikes. So basically, when it comes to cults and stuff, when people are trying to indoctrinate people into cults, they'll quite often use these techniques of flattering them. Everyone loved you. They all thought you were great. You did amazing. Everyone was so impressed by you, to draw them in. And oh my goodness, if that wasn't a whole lot of that, I don't know what is. That was actually quite creepy. And yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like that. So down in the comments, Blood says, blood. Okay, we have a vampire in the comments. That's really cool of him to let you know how you felt about it, literally. When he was like, no, you weren't uncomfortable. I just wanted to clip him around the ear hole. And then Ruby Moon says, for real, what he actually did is one thing, but his reaction to her trying to have this conversation with him is even more telling to me. Straight culture. Exactly. And I say this as someone who has JW relatives. My JW family members are genuinely some of the nicest people I know, but at the end of the day, it will always be us versus them in their eyes. And because the rest of my family would never be a part of their church, there's only so close that they would ever actually be with us. I only mention this because OP needs to understand that he absolutely was not trying to do something nice for her. He brought her there for a reason. He absolutely had ulterior motives, precisely, I agree. A relationship with a JW is not going to work unless you are also willing to become a JW. He wasn't trying to do something nice for you. He wasn't trying to do something for you, OP. He wants you to convert for him. The buttering up and telling her how much everyone loved her and how amazing she did freaks me out and makes all of my alarm bells go off. Thank you, because same. So in the town next to my town, so my town's like a really small rural town, and then the next one out is a bigger town. So if I ever need to get certain things, I kind of have to go there on the train. I try not to, as much as possible. Thank God for online shopping. But the last time I went, and we're talking about 1.5 years ago now, wow, I am a hermit. There's always these Jehovah's Witness guys that kind of preach in the middle of the high street. And I walked past one and he starts trying to preach to me. And I was like, mate, I'm not interested. Now, I have to preface this with I am very clearly not the target audience. Very sort of like, I'd say gothic leaning styling, but not full goth, if that makes sense. You know, I go more on the darker alternative side, I suppose. Very witchy style, I suppose. So when I was like, yeah, no thanks, mate, it's not for me, he was like, yeah, it's because you worship the devil, don't you? You're going to burn in hell. And literally was shouting at me as I was going, like, making my way downtown, literally making my way downtown. And I was just like, oh, okay, I am in danger. Actually, in fact, he goes up to as far as Birmingham, apparently, to preach. And he was in the newspapers a couple of years ago because he actually got arrested and charged for battery because essentially, again, someone had said, look, mate, I'm not interested. And he'd just flipped his lid and started trying to batter them in the middle of a high street in Birmingham. So we then have an update. Am I overreacting? Update. He, M20, took me, F18, to a Jehovah's Witness meeting without telling me. We broke up. Yay! Read the caption. I'm so glad. I spent so many hours reading everyone's advice here. Things finally made sense for me. We hung out yesterday and I just started asking him questions about his faith. He was pretty honest, said he really sees his future with a girl who is also a Jehovah's Witness. And then I told him I have zero plans now or ever to get into this faith, practice it, or even learn about it. You could see his whole mood change then. He tried telling me with a bunch of what if situations, lol, but I just kept saying no. Anyways, I said, look, there's no future here. It's probably best we just end this. He agreed. It actually ended pretty maturely, and he was sweet about it. Then today, I get this message from him. LOL. Seriously, thank you to everyone who commented. Your advice really woke me up. I honestly just needed someone a bit older and wiser to tell me my gut feeling about that first church meeting was valid, because none of my friends really got why I was so uncomfortable. So then we got the text here from the ex-boyfriend. I'm going to get this off my chest, and then I'm done. I don't expect to reply. Actually, don't reply at all. You couldn't commit to anything real, always chasing whatever felt good for a second in this world. That's why you'll always be stuck looking for something more, but never finding it where it matters. In the light. In faith. I actually tried to fool myself about you, tried to make myself believe we could work, even though my gut was screaming no. In almost 3 months, I've sinned and done things I'm not proud of. You've brought the worst out of me, blank. Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure she had a weapon to your head forcing you to do those things. Yeah. You made me want to forget it all, made me do stupid things just to get a feeling that disappeared anyway. I'm disgusted with myself, and I'm only realising that now. I'm glad it's over so I can focus on myself and my faith. You're just unsavable. Too far gone into everything that doesn't matter. There's no getting through that, no changing you. I'm glad we ended. This is better this way. All the best with whatever you're looking for. And then OP just says, okay, and good luck with whatever you're battling because you really need it. Yes. Yes, I'm sorry, but if he was that easy to sway away from his, religious faith and what he believed in and what actions he should be taking. Oh, there's a really big fat cat climbing that fence over there. Oh my goodness, the fence is wobbling. It's that big. Okay, back to the post. My God, I'm so distractible today. Yeah, if he was that easy to sway away from his religious faith and religious beliefs and practices, clearly he must not believe in it as much as he thinks. Clearly that says more about him than it does say about the OP. And perhaps he should start looking into actual ways of ensuring that he is going for a Jehovah's Witness girl in the first place. If it's so important to him to date someone who has the same religious beliefs as him, just date within your religion then. There are many people within your religion to choose from, I'm sure. And then down in the comments, Enderena says, I love the part where he blames you for him sinning. Very nice of him to encapsulate one of the things you had to look forward to if you stayed with him. Literally. Congratulations. I'm glad you dodged this bullet. I am too. And then OP says, I really wanted to call him out for that because every time he was the one initiating it, and honestly, it was a mutual thing. Somehow it's all my fault now. Of course it is, because he didn't get his own way. And then Crazed Raspberry says they never take accountability for their own actions. It's always someone else's fault or the devil's. Honestly, it's so wrong to just take someone against their will to one of your religious meetings to try and force them to go over to that religion. So bloody wrong. If he'd have just turned around to OP and been like, hey, you know, we've been getting a bit serious and I need you to know that I couldn't actually go any further with you unless you converted to my religion. Here is the opportunity to come and see if you would want to. I would love it if you come. I can't force you to though, so if you don't want to, I get it, but I would have to rethink the relationship. That is absolutely fair. Totally fair. But no, he just went about it in a real dickwad way instead. Well done. Okay, so I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. I can't believe that was only 2 posts. I think that was only 2 posts anyway. Well, it's technically 3. I am really, honestly, my brain's all over the place today. It's like someone's had a fart in a colander. I just don't know which hole to go through. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end with me, I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, notifications on, that is your initiation into the Governor Void. Welcome. Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Goodbye.